Alright, last night I started working on some of the towel, getting this put in here. And I'm just kind of dry fitting it to make sure it looks okay. Get on my cuts. I didn't have the camera with me last night, but I can't stop. I have to keep going. And that's what the floor is going to look like, hopefully. Now you have to remember, I've never really done this before. So I'm just taking my time, making my cuts, and that's it. We're just kind of going with the flow here. So I'm going to bring this out. This is going to come out to about that door, and then that's where we're going to leave off at. So we got about 4 more towel to cut here, and then we'll be able to put them in. I'm not worried about cutting them. I'm not worried about laying them down. I'm more worried about mortaring them in, because once they're mortared in, it's not coming back unless you're going to cut it all out. So yeah, bit rough, but we're going to get her one way or another. We'll get her. So I'm going to be working on these couple pieces. This one here, going to notch around that board, and then that one over there got to go up through there. So that's a couple I'm going to be working on right now. Looks like the floor has a really good slope to the center. So, all right, let me get to work here. Alright, this is a P.O.Box wet towel saw. I picked this saw up at a yard sale for $35. The motor was loose from the housing, and I don't figure they knew how to fix it, so they sold it, and they sold it to me cheap. I bought it about a year ago. I knew that we was going to be doing some towel work, so we picked it up, and it's been sitting since. I got it out, got everything fixed up, greased up on it, and it works great. That's what we've been using to color a towel with. So I'm just cutting that one corner out we're working on. I got part of it cut. So I'm going to finish it up here on video, show you how the saw works. This saw is awesome. Alright, I have my whole entire floor laid out just how I want it to go back in. Now, got to pull it all out of there, put it back down, and hopefully we get it in the same spot that we took it up from. It looks pretty good. I think it turned out really nice, but it's not finished. We got to put the mortar underneath of it. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so we have all of our towel laying in a pile there, so all we have to do is take them from there straight back and start on our back row and work our way out. I'm out here mixing up, I don't know how much of this I'm going to need, but I'd like to at least do 2 rows, and then we'll go from there. So we'll see what it does. We gotta clean that. Knock it off in the bucket or whatever.
You want me to stick it in that bucket of water?
I don't care. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's a good peanut butter. Look.
Okay.
So we're going to be using a 1/4 by 1/4 trowel. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but I've been watching some videos on YouTube, and I think we can get it done. Rick's down here giving us a hand with the floor. He's done it before, so, and it's looking nice. Kind of hard to get the video in there. Okay, we have the towel all finished on the floor. What we're going to do is we're going to give it 24 hours. Then we'll come in, pull all them little white things out of there, and we'll clean it up real good and get ready to start doing the walls. Alright, it's been almost 24 hours. This stuff's dried up. Looks like it's dried up pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take all the little white clips out. And then I'm going to take this thing and clean the mortar out of the cracks. Then we're going to tape this up, put some cardboard over it so we can start laying the walls. So I got a few hours to get this cleaned up and make it look nice, and then we'll get started on the walls. So what I'm doing with a pair of side cuts, just kind of gripping on that just a little bit and popping them out. They are in there just a little bit tight. I'm getting each one of them out, and then before I move on, I try to clean all the grout or all the thin set out of them cracks up until the next setup. So I know I just need to do all these. And I'm just cleaning up the mortar that squeezed up through them. Then we'll come back and vacuum all this out. We'll take a damp rag and wipe them off. Should clean them up pretty good. Okay, after I use the vacuum cleaner and clean it up as best I can, look down in them cracks and see if there's anything else you might be able to use that little grinder on, and if not, go ahead and take your rag and we'll try to wipe off anything that might be on the top. I want to try to get them as clean as I can. That way, when we get ready to do our walls, we won't have to worry about this, because what we're going to do is we're going to put some painter's paper on top of this, and then we're going to tape some cardboard down on it, so this should stay nice and clean underneath. So I'm going to do this to the whole entire floor, get it to look like this, and then we're going to get it taped up and cover it up, and then we'll be ready for grout on the floor. So I'm going to go ahead and finish, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. We have all the grout cracks cleaned out and all the mortar and stuff's cleaned off the face of them, and it looks pretty good. So now, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking we should go ahead and grout this and then cover it up real good, and then put our walls in. So we got about 15 minutes to get this grouted in. We're gonna just keep working this in good. Julie's gonna keep time for me. I'm not sure if I made it too thin, too thick. Tried to do what they said, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah, the bag said to mix the whole bag. It doesn't tell you like.
Yeah, because I didn't want to mix the whole bag.
Yeah, not just for the small floor. And it doesn't really tell you like how thick to mix it and stuff like that. So we just kind of estimated how much water to use, and we're not sure if it's too thick or too thin. It doesn't tell you what kind of consistency you're looking for. So we hope it's okay.
I'm kind of going in an angle.
Yeah, work it down in all those seams. It's looking good.
I just don't know how we get back over there to wipe that.
Well, yeah, you're just gonna have to get on the floor even while it's
That.
yeah, I don't know what else you're supposed to do. Here's the bucket if it needs a little water.
I'm not real good at it. I've never done it before.
Yeah.
So I'll do what I can. All right, I got all the grout in the floor, and what I'm doing now is letting it set up a little bit. You can see it starting to get white on the top, and I'm just taking a sponge like so, and just kind of wiping that film off the top of it. We're going to let it set for a little bit longer, and then we're going to go over it again with a sponge. I think we did okay, but I think I mixed my mixture a little too wet. But I didn't want to mix the whole bag, and it really don't tell you how much to mix in a half a bag, but I think it'll be okay. What's the worst going to happen? You know, take it out and put it back in.
Oh, yeah, right.
But I think it looks pretty good, and that is the very first time I've ever actually laid a floor or towel. I mean, I think it looks all right. So we're going to get it cleaned up, and then we're going to get home. It's actually getting late, so we got to wipe it down a couple more times, and then we'll be done until tomorrow. Okay, this is our first time ever laying towel, and I honestly think it turned out really nice. I think it turned out real nice. Julie and I just got here, and we worked late last night getting it wiped down, getting the film off of it, and I really think it turned out nice. So what I'm going to do now is we have the laser level. I'm going to set it up, and we're going to get a mark all the way around this thing. I'm going to try to get it at the 12-inch mark, and leave maybe like a 1/4 of an inch underneath, because we're going to be putting caulk around the bottom seam and up all the corners, but the rest of it will get grout. So hopefully this will work out for us. What we're doing now is I got the laser level in here and I'm marking this up. This is at 24 1/8. So I know my towel, my next towel has to be 12 inches below this line. Alright, so what Julie's going to do now is she put tape all the way around the outside edge. Now she's going to cover it with paper, painter's taper.
Painter's paper?
Painter's tape. This is not good. Painter's paper, right? Is that what it's called?
Painter's tape.
And tape and paper, right?
Yeah.
Alright, anyhow, she's gonna cover up the floor. Now that's so we don't get a bunch of garbage on top of it. Once she's done putting that down, we'll lay a piece of cardboard over top of it and hopefully it'll keep it nice and safe until we're ready to uncover it. It's not funny. Alright, I've been laying some towel and it's looking pretty good. I just mixed up another batch of grout and we're going to try to get at least the bottom row on and try to clean up as much as we can around the outside. And it's a good thing we put that down on the floor because look at it, it's a mess. So I just cut a bunch of wedges. Now my bottom row, I'm not like, I tried to get it within 1/4 of an inch. So it's like a 1/4 inch off. The towel on the bottom are up and down by 1/4 inch. So some places it's actually touching, and then others it's 1/4 inch off. So I'm like 1/4 inch off on it. But what are you gonna do? You're just gonna keep going and just push forward and see what comes out at the end. So I gotta go mix. All right, that's what we got done so far today. We're going to give it up, and then tomorrow we're going to try to get 2 rows set up on top of that, hopefully. But that bottom row should be good and level. We should be able to work right off of it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Julie and I got the 2 side ones cut. This one over here, and this one there, which that one will go there, and that one will go there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to try to put 2 rows on here tonight. Hopefully we can get that done. And then it'll leave me 2 more times doing it. So hopefully maybe 2.5 times. Okay, what I've been using is that laser and it gives me a pretty decent nice line going all the way around and it looks to me like I'm staying on it pretty good. That laser level really has come in handy for this job. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave a link in the description down below. And if you guys are interested in it, it's actually a really good tool for this job. So we're going to get ready to lay the next row on top of that row. And then that'll probably be all we do tonight. But we'll have a good bit of it done. Cut the floor and we'll have 3 rows. So we're going to get mixing some more mortar. What we do is we try to use up all the mortar we can. If there's not enough, put another towel on and it just gets pitched. But it's not very much. So it is looking good. Alright, we got our 2 rows on and they look pretty good. We just had to wedge a little bit more on that one side. Nothing's perfect, but it looks good to us. Alright, we got the next row started. We're over there. I just mixed small batches of mud. And we got this cut out for that. And I just took the saw and cut it like I would wood in a bunch of strips. And then kind of nipped that off. Then I took my 4-inch grinder with a diamond bit blade and just cleaned it up. And I think it looks pretty good. So we're just going to work our way around and get this side finished up. And then we're going to start 1 more row tonight. So hopefully we get 2 rows done tonight. But it's looking pretty good, and I'll tell you, we're using the laser level on as many rows as we possibly can because it is definitely a big help. A lot of help. Okay, we started on the next row. And that's pretty much all done. We've got 3 more to go. 3 more down, we'll have this row done. And then that'll make it 5 rows going up. And now we're gonna change it up a little bit. Right, this next row, we're gonna break it up with the floor tile. We're gonna use the same floor tile. We're gonna go a 6-inch row around it. And the laser is awesome. The laser is a big help, and as you can see, I have it mounted on the wall right now because my tripods, I used every tripod I had to make it up to there, from that one to that other small yellow one, and then up to my camera tripod, and now we're hooking it to the wall. I just really like it hooked to the laser up there. It helps me keep a straight line, and it is looking good. Okay, it's the next day. Julie and I worked a little bit later last night, and we got 2 of the strip. Now that's the same stuff we have on the floor. We're gonna just use that to break up the tile. I think that'll look pretty good. And we have the laser level mounted there. I'm gonna move it up so to go just the top of these tile over here, so we can get them on there pretty straight. So we're gonna get ready to get started and get some more put in. Okay, that's our day's work there. It's not much, but we had to go get a drill bit to drill that little hole up there for a shower head. And I should have done these on video, how I cut these, but I'll show you guys how I did them here a little bit later. But that's what we got done. A little accent in there. I think it looks really good for not ever laying tile. So tomorrow we should be able to finish it up, and by next week we should be able to get it all grouted and caulked, and it should be done. All right, this should be the last day. We have about 1.5 rows to put at the top, and then we'll be getting to the grout. So it's taking us a little while, but we're just taking our time getting her done. Okay, we're on our last few tile. We made our last batch of water. We just have to go up around the ceiling there and up above the door a little bit, and we'll have it all finished up. So last batch. What we're gonna do is we're gonna clean up the floor and take all this out of here and make sure everything's cleaned up good. And then we'll probably put the paper back down again.
Yeah, because
I mean, we don't
want to.
We don't know how much more that is stuck, that tape or what. We don't know what we have to clean around that outside edge.
When we grout the walls, we might probably, we probably will make a mess on the floor.
Oh, I know we will. So we'll tape it off again, but I want to get it all cleaned up first to make sure everything underneath looks good. And then we'll retape it and put it over there before we put the grout on the walls. But a little bit more to go and we will be happy. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, we're gonna get ready to do some grout. We don't know how much we'll get done, but we'll do what we can. Julie's just wiping off the wall there. Any film or anything was left over from us concreting the lawn or the mortar, whatever. We took all the little white tabs out of there. So it's on to the grout. Julie, would you build another shower?
Well, I don't know. This one has been a lot of work. Of course, we don't really know what we're doing, so I'm sure somebody out there could do it a lot better than this.
They're probably going to think you built the shower because the only time anybody's on video is you. Because I'm the one picking up the camera. I think we might have to tell them that I did do some work here. A little bit, anyway.
Yeah, you did. You did.
What do you think about putting that grout on?
Pain in the butt.
It's tough, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, grouting it wasn't that bad. It's more trying to get this white film off. I mean, gosh, we keep wiping it, but it just keeps coming back. I don't know if we're not letting the grout dry before we're wiping over it.
So what we did tonight, Julie and I just mixed up a half a bag, and we did the back wall back there. We did from the ceiling to the floor, all the way to the floor. And we put the grout in there, And then we come over and we done this wall from the ceiling all the way to the floor, down to the floor. And it's really fast drying, and we did go watch, we watch videos and that on how to do grout and that, and some people say don't use that grout that has the water sealer in it because it dries too fast. So you get a little paranoid when you're getting it on there. And yeah. I do agree it dries really fast, but there is time there. Just don't do the whole shower at one time. Just do...
Yeah, we're only doing like
one wall at a time. Take your time.
But like I said, it's this white hazy stuff that is hard to get off.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing wrong. I mean, we've rinsed our stuff a million times, got clean water. I don't know if you just keep wiping it, but geez. We've done it a lot.
Tomorrow we're going to be working on the other two walls. We'll grout them in. I don't think I have enough grout, or we try one more wall. But I don't want to be short. I'm going to get at least a whole wall done. So we're going to wait until tomorrow. So I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to keep wiping on this thing until we got it decently clean. So. Okay, we have all the grout in there. As you can see, the floor really turned out nice. It was nice that we put the paper over it to protect it and the cardboard. We need to put our fixtures on yet. We have everything to finish it with. We just got to get on it and get it done. We're going to put the caulk in all the seams. Now all the corners, everywhere a wall comes together, it will have caulk. And for the first time, I think we did pretty good. I think it turned out really nice. It's not the best, but it's good enough for us, right, Joel? I think we did pretty good. I would like to tell everyone thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.